Greetings, Raider fans. In today's video, I bring you lots of news, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Today, I want to talk about how the Las Vegas Raiders managed to pull off a significant move against one of the NFL's teams. I'll also share some intriguing speculation about the franchise. There are rumors circulating about a player who might leave the team soon, and I'll give you my take on that. I also want to comment on a player who has really stood out. But first, let's discuss how the Raiders executed that important move. I mention this because anyone who's followed this space knows that I always recognize the great work of an excellent general manager in the NFL. The Raiders managed to lure a very high-profile professional away from a rival organization, which is something that fans who believe in victory will appreciate. I planned to comment on this yesterday, but due to a personal commitment, I couldn't. Therefore, I felt I needed to address this move because it really got me excited. The Raiders brought in a former senior director of college scouting who will now serve as senior personnel executive. He was considered a trusted pillar in his former organization. I understand that some of you know the new executive, while others may not have heard of him. From my perspective, we should watch the reaction of players, fans, and media from his old team now that the Raiders have hired him. The departure of a key figure from an organization has a significant impact on the entire environment. Recently, information has emerged underscoring the importance of this new executive. His former team is renowned for its ability to discover talent in the NFL draft, and much of the credit goes to the executive who oversaw personnel decisions. However, as that team's head coach often emphasizes, achieving great results requires many contributing factors. Unfortunately, one of the most valuable scouting resources left the organization. The new executive, who was the longest tenured member of the scouting staff, is now stepping into the senior personnel role with the Las Vegas Raiders. Since 2016, he served as senior director of college scouting and was seen as one of the department's most reliable resources. It was common to see him alongside the team's top executive and president in photos or broadcasts whenever cameras captured the team's draft war room. The Raiders' strategy this offseason has been well defined. They're focused on recruiting individuals from various organizations to strengthen their structure. Many of us were disappointed when the team failed to secure a promising candidate. However, in my current perspective, I'm fine with that missed opportunity because the group the Raiders have assembled over the past months truly deserves more recognition. Now they've brought in someone who played a key role in helping his former team win 2 Super Bowls. That management team demonstrated strong professional relationships, and this executive previously worked side by side with a colleague from his old team as a scout. He was part of that organization for an impressive span. So, I hope everyone feels motivated to show their support now, because the Raiders are consistently proving that they operate strategically and effectively. This executive has been an essential part of the Philadelphia structure for the past 24 years. 24 years as Howie Roseman's right-hand man. Therefore, here's what I'll say. I want you all to engage now because the Raiders have constantly shown they're playing chess while everyone else plays checkers. I don't know if we'll ever achieve checkmate, but I hope that one day we will and finally win a Super Bowl. Moving on to the next news in today's report. Will the Las Vegas Raiders release Raheem Mostert? I'll share my opinion on that. This program format used to be common long ago. If you were around back in the day, you'll love what we've brought you today. But let's discuss whether the Raiders will decide to cut Raheem Mostert and who's buying into that possibility. Before that, a special thank you to our sponsor, a daily fantasy sports app in the United States. I'm excited to show you what I've put together. I want you to download the app today and use a code to get $50 instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Spring is here and baseball season has officially begun. I'm a baseball fan and I don't want you to miss out on including your favorite players on your roster. Whether it's strikeouts, runs driven in, or first inning runs, you could win up to 2,000 times your investment today. On this app, you can combine projections from athletes across multiple sports, basketball, hockey, and even esports. All you need to do is sign up today and receive $50 when you wager $5. You don't even have to win to keep the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So here's a lineup I prepared over the weekend that I want to share with you. This is my prize picks projection for the Las Vegas Raiders, but I also included players from other teams because it's good to mix it up a bit. This is a $20 bet with the potential to win $370. I'm betting one player will exceed 3,650 passing yards, another over 1,500 rushing yards, another 4.5 receiving touchdowns, another 11.25 sacks. And I want more of that. And one player simply carried that offense, 495 passing yards. And I want more of that too. If all 5 of these conditions come through, I'll turn $20 into $300 and put it in my pocket. So download the app today and use the code to guarantee $50 as soon as you make your first $5 lineup. If you also want to track your bets throughout the season, it's with Prize Picks. The link will be in the comments and in today's program description. I'm feeling confident that I'll be $370 richer by season's end. Let's go. Can the Las Vegas Raiders actually cut Raheem Mostert? No. 0 chance. Rule of thumb, I read an article. And again, when I started doing this presentation, I used to find articles about the Raiders and share my opinion on them. And I saw one that said a player who would be expendable on all 32 teams after the draft. Mostert was mentioned for the Raiders, obviously because they picked the player 6th overall in the draft. But let's be honest here, the Raiders are not going to release Raheem Mostert. I even find it ironic to think about it. The reason I want you all to follow the report is that there will be people who read that article, and you won't. I'm commenting on this because when I get 5 or 10 viewers asking me if Mostert could be cut, the motivation behind encouraging a subscription is based on the reality that some people will read certain articles while others may not engage with them. This topic comes up often because I receive questions from viewers about the futures of certain athletes. My responses are usually dismissive because it seems illogical to discard a player, especially right after the recent draft. This underscores the importance of having a well-informed fan base. In this digital age, there's an abundance of information available online. And while clickbait is common, this content focuses on substance. True fans who regularly interact with this material understand that subscribing helps enrich their knowledge as supporters. Now, let's explore why conversations arise about potential changes involving certain players. This situation creates uncertainty around the rest of the roster. The team still has promising options and has made strategic moves recently to strengthen its lineup. Despite ongoing discussions, some players haven't featured prominently on special teams in recent seasons. Another athlete has shown potential, but may face limited opportunities moving forward. If the team trusts its younger talent, that could lead to shifts in the lineup. The dynamics here are quite interesting, and while some may not be familiar with all the details, it's essential to recognize the connections that have been built over time. Previous coaching decisions have significantly impacted players' positions. It's crucial to acknowledge that while one athlete struggled in past seasons, another's contributions are hard to ignore. Their past touchdown production enriches the discussion about their future roles. The value they bring to their offense cannot be underestimated. Even if that means adjusting their usage this season, their potential impact is notable. The relationships formed within the organization also play a critical role in these decisions, influencing how the roster will be shaped moving forward. Now let's switch gears to discuss the impressive progress of another player who has been catching coaches' attention. There's clearly excitement around his development, and it's encouraging to see how he's performing. The buzz about him has been growing for some time, and it seems that enthusiasm will only increase. This topic speaks to the importance of winning, a belief shared by many. For those who followed these conversations for a while, I can confidently say I'm one of the biggest backers of this young athlete. My support has grown over time, fueled by the positive image of a player who wins everyone's sympathy. He's already been drawing attention from coaches and teammates. The people he needs to impress are noticing his effort, hard work, and on-field quality. The head coach in question highly values competitiveness, and this young man's dedication to standing out every day, whether on offense or defense, is greatly appreciated. Recently, the chatter around him has intensified. Given the level of enthusiasm that's grown in recent weeks, the rumors that started 2 months ago are likely to become a major reality this May minicamp. A striking quote comes to mind from a former coach who, though no longer in charge, left an observation about this young player that surely resonates with the current coach because it reflects the type of athlete the staff is seeking. In the last preseason game, he played over 90 snaps, more than 70 on defense and about 15 on special teams. What stood out in that game and throughout the preseason was a player constantly making progress. Most importantly, he gave his all in every moment. In the last game, he participated in over 90 snaps, more than 70 on defense, and around 15 on special teams. Throughout that game in the preseason, what you saw was a player always evolving, but more importantly, someone truly committed, and that matters greatly to him. All that was said represents exactly what every fan hopes for in a player trying to earn a spot and make an impact on the team. He had a notable performance in the previous preseason. The stats reflect his defensive production. Though I didn't tally his 3 special teams tackles, this player proved highly reliable in every aspect of that preseason. Of course, it's just preseason, but watching that coverage performance, you see a player who undoubtedly progressed and is pushing himself to the max. Analyzing the linebacker group. If there's one thing missing, it's a player with coverage. Skills. Someone who can shadow running backs, cover tight ends, and handle intermediate routes. There are good linebackers, but they tend to lean toward run defense. The same goes for another player. Although there are other competent inside linebackers, they lack coverage ability. If you ask me right now who could be the best coverage linebacker, I'd say that this young athlete stands out. Now a question arises, and I'm not asking you to type anything yet during this segment. Among these linebackers, considering that some of them would likely be starters if the season began today, could this team really employ many formations with just one linebacker? Something that's been discussed recently. But what would be the long-term impact among these players? If you believe Amari Gaynor will have that standout role, write AG. If your pick is rookie Cody Lindenberg, taken in the 7th round out of Minnesota, write CL. For those who favor Amari Burney or Tommy Eichenberg, write AB or TI. If I had to rank these 4 players based on the impact I believe they'll have this season, here's how I'd order them. It's understandable if some think Lindenberg is ranked too low. Really, it's just an A-B-C-D scale. I'm convinced all these linebackers will contribute at some point. But don't you agree that Amari Gaynor could emerge as the top coverage linebacker among them? If you're thinking, yes, I see that, then that's the kind of input I believe is essential. That's why I think he'll be the most influential linebacker this season. I'm eager for everyone to recognize the effort he's shown this offseason because his commitment is exactly what's expected of a young athlete about to begin his journey into the season. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders, and don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a development that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, rumors have surfaced suggesting that the league is preparing to announce a formal punishment for the Las Vegas Raiders in connection to the alleged doping scandal involving star defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. While no official statement has been released, multiple league sources indicate that disciplinary action could be imminent. Christian Wilkins, who signed a high-profile deal with the Raiders during the offseason after a stellar stint with the Miami Dolphins, has been at the center of controversy over the past few weeks. Reports emerged claiming that Wilkins tested positive for a banned substance during a routine offseason check. The news has sparked widespread speculation, not only about the future of the player, but also about the Raiders' internal protocols and the potential organizational knowledge or negligence surrounding the incident. Though the league typically handles such matters with discretion until a full investigation is concluded, insiders believe that the NFL's findings point to procedural failures within the Raiders' medical or athletic training staff. If proven true, this could mean the franchise faces not just fines, but potentially the loss of draft picks or other sanctions. Wilkins has yet to comment publicly on the situation, and his legal team has remained silent. The Raiders, for their part, issued a brief statement last week affirming their commitment to compliance with all league health and safety standards, but stopped short of addressing the specific allegations. The silence has only fueled speculation, with fans and analysts alike questioning the timeline of events and the potential fallout for a team that has struggled to regain consistent form in recent seasons. If the rumors prove accurate, this scandal could deal a serious blow to the Raiders' rebuilding efforts and tarnish the reputation of one of the league's most promising defensive talents. All eyes are now in the NFL front office, with the football world waiting for what could be a landmark decision in the league's ongoing efforts to maintain integrity and transparency. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.